Good morning, WIAA baseball fans, and welcome to Franklin High School for this morning's contest of WIAA baseball right here on Zaleski Sports. It's the visiting Hortonville Bears taking on the Franklin Sabres right here on Zaleski Sports on non-conference action. Alongside Matt Peck, I'm Elijah Venksalata. Glad you guys could join us here on our third straight day of baseball on Zaleski Sports Milwaukee. Had two extra inning thrillers, first with Oak Creek taking down Kettle Moraine on Thursday night, and then on just last night, Pewaukee took down Slinger 10-9. So what does today have in store? We have a really good game between these two teams. The Franklin Sabres going to start off pitching here, and the starting lineups. First for the Hortonville Polar Bears, coached by Greg Yeager. Leading off, the center fielder Jack Tenney. Batting second, the designated hitter Colton Jens. Batting third, the first baseman Brock Walter. Batting fourth, the cleanup hitter, number 18, the shortstop Gary Wiest. Batting fifth, playing right field, Xavier Enriquez. Batting sixth, Garrett Smith, the left fielder. Batting seventh, Derek Bombeck, the first baseman. Batting eighth, the second baseman Elijah Yeager. And batting ninth to round it out, the starting pitcher for Greg Yeager's squad, Isaac Banke, number 15. The starting pitcher on the mound for the Franklin Sabres is Trey Schultz, who last made an appearance Wednesday, May 14th in a 22-7 win in relief. The last pitcher against Kenosha Tremper on that second game of the series. Pitched 1 2/3, gave up 2 hits, no earned runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. So, Matt Peck, what do you think about this game today? We got a really great thriller between these two teams in non-conference, looking for a win before the seeding meetings tomorrow.
Yeah, so two powerhouses in non-conference here today, but it's interesting after this first pitch is thrown between both these teams.
First pitch taken high for a ball.
Both these teams weren't losing a lot this year, but both teams lost their last game. Franklin fell to Indian Trail yesterday for a first conference loss. Hortonville lost to Oshkosh West on Thursday, so it's an interesting one. Franklin, as many thought they would not lose a game all year in the Southeast Conference play, and then Indian Trail ended up getting one from them yesterday.
And it was a late inning rally, too. The Indian Trail Hawks scored a run in the bottom of the 6th inning in a tie game heading into that 6th, and they locked it down in a comeback victory to take that one 6-5 last night. Yeah, 2-1 pitch is fouled back on a check swing. He'll want that back. Jack Tenney at the plate, the center fielder for Hortonville. Yeah,
Franklin's going to probably want that one back today after losing a series to Indian Trail. Not too bad. They can still obviously win the conference. Still in first place with only one loss in the conference. Hortonville, like you said, third place in the Fox Valley Association. And it's a tough Fox Valley Association.
Hasn't been a great month for the Polar Bears in the month of May. Just 4-6 in the month of May. As that one's taken just high for ball 4, and it's a leadoff walk for Jack Tenney.
Now, not the way you want to start off if you're Schultz.
So now the designated hitter Colton Jens coming up to bat now. This Hortonville team also coming off of a loss in the Fox Valley Conference. I believe it was Oshkosh West, right?
Yes.
First pitch taken, just hit that right outside corner for a strike.
Yeah, that Fox Valley Association, you don't show up, you're going to lose. Kaukauna a really good team up there. Neenah, Kimberly as well. Kimberly's been one of the known powerhouses up there as well. Kaukauna on let's just say, an upward trend after a couple of struggling years. And then Hortonville was in that state championship in 2023 where they lost to Whitefish Bay also at state last year. So, Hortonville's had some state experience, and I'll tell you about it. When they were at state, they took over that stadium 3 years ago. I remember it was pretty bad.
That ball gets away from the catcher, Tavin Nass, who's pushing buttons today, and easily stealing second base is Jack Tenney, or getting through on a pass ball.
And when I say bad, it was bad in a good way. There was just a sea of red in that stadium, and I suspect if they get back to state this year, you'll see the same thing again.
1-2 pitch, way outside again, and the command, a little bit of an issue so far to start for Trey Schultz. Count goes to 2-2 now, and the Hortonville Polar Bears, like we said, lost to Oshkosh West 4-1 on Thursday, or 2 nights ago. And that pitch just misses.
I mean, you can make the argument. Hortonville definitely in a way tougher conference than Franklin. Any person can tell you that, considering, Oak Creek, the part of the Southeast now. It's one great baseball team you lose over there. Fox Valley stayed the same.
And that ball hits the designated hitter, Colton Jens, on a full count. So the first two reach via walk and a hit by pitch. The command still a little shaky so far through the first two batters for the starting pitcher, Trey Schultz. Now coming up to bat for the Polar Bears, the first baseman, Brock Wolter. And now a quick meeting on the mound for the pitching coach of Franklin.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we'll give the alignments for the field for Franklin. In the outfield, it's Dominic Walters, Dylan Hurling, and Nick Furley in from left to right. From left to right, third base on the infield, starting with Carter Frazier, Sam Ortiz, Dominic Bombien, Bennett Schuler, and Tavin Nass pushing the buttons for Trey Schultz on the mound.
Yeah, it's definitely a meeting you want to have early on because, first two batters reach via walk and a hit by pitch. It would have been ball 4 anyways if he wasn't hit by the pitch. So, yeah, definitely a meeting you want to have early on because his command is a little bit off early on. But sometimes those meetings can really help, and Franklin going to bring the corners in to potentially do a double play.
Saw a lot of those on that Thursday game we had with Kettle Moraine and Oak Creek, as that one's taken just high for a ball, signal pulled back.
Yeah, it's smart to bunt here. Get those runners over to second and third, and you still only have one away and 2 runners in scoring position if you could bunt them over correctly. But yesterday we saw 2 bunts popped up in the air, so it takes skill.
He shows bunt again, and that one's taken high again. So the Schultz has thrown 13 pitches, and 10 of them have been balls so far. 14 pitches, I should say. I beg your pardon. That one's bunted foul.
Exactly right there I'm talking about. He bunts that to the pitcher like that. It's a catch. So,
well, we saw that a few times last night.
Yeah,
and
so
both teams did it.
He's going to want to get that bunt down on the ground because if he bunts that fair to the pitcher, it's very likely, unless it falls right in front of the pitcher, you also don't want to bunt it right to him because he could turn around and throw to second base or third base and get the lead runner, which the whole goal of this is to get the lead runners over.
2-1 on the first baseman, and as that's taken in for a strike. One of the rare strikes so far early on for Schultz.
And this will be an interesting sequence here. Does Coach Greg Yeager trust him enough to bunt here with 2 strikes? We've seen a couple of coaches do that already, but we'll see if he'll trust Brock Walter to do so.
2-2 pitch. Called strike 3 on the corner. A big one right there. Got him looking. And a big first out for Schultz. And now a double play can get you out of the inning as the shortstop, Gary Wiest, comes up to bat for Hortonville, the cleanup hitter.
Yeah, definitely a big out there. Definitely a strikeout that Schultz needed because, you struggled with the command the first 2 batters. It gets you some confidence back, especially with the third hitter.
This one popped up in the air, fouled the back screen.
Like you said, a double play. Franklin looking for that ground ball can get him out of this inning.
Infield starting to play a little bit out. Now that one's bounces in the dirt for a ball. This Hortonville team, they started off their year really well. A lot of great wins out of state, playing some teams in Texas to start the year. That one bounces to the back screen, and both runners are going to advance to second and third. That's the second time that happens. That happened now where Nass couldn't get to it, and as Schultz, that breaking ball just not really working so far early today.
Yeah, you look at, that's a tough one too. But, we were talking about sectionals. Sectional seeding has come out tomorrow and Monday, but Hortonville's sectional 5 losses could get you a 6 seed. This sectional 5 losses can still put you at a 3. Just shows the difference in balances between Hortonville and Kimberly's sectional. But, yeah, Kimberly and Hortonville in the toughest sectional probably in the state of Wisconsin is they have Bayport in there as well. Here it's just Muskego and Franklin on top, Oak Creek, a couple of Southern Lakes teams.
Ball 4 called right here. Gary Wiest reaches on a 5-pitch walk. And now Xavier Enriquez will come up to bat, the right fielder. So 2 walk hit by pitch, a strikeout looking, and another walk so far on the mound for Trey Schultz. Double play still in order, but this is the danger zone right now for Schultz. Probably glad that he has an out in his book so far, but could still get out of this inning. That breaking ball still spiking the dirt.
Yeah, command issues, kind of like we saw yesterday with Pewaukee in the first inning. Pewaukee yesterday, they scored 5 runs at the top of the first. They gave up 5 runs to Slinger in the bottom of the first, but only allowed 1 hit. It was 6 walks.
That one down in the dirt once again. 2-0 now on the 5-hole hitter Xavier Enriquez, and Schultz 16 of his 24 pitches balls so far.
Yeah, he's going to want to pull one up here, and obviously that one time was not.
And that one misses as well. So 3-0 now. This is a take pitch right now for Enriquez.
Yeah, there's no way he would have a green light this early. 3-0, and just the way he's been throwing, looking at RBI walk.
And that one is right down the middle. Hopefully, for Franklin's sake, that can calibrate the zone a little bit for him.
Yeah, he's going to need something here. 3-1. If you throw anything outside and he doesn't swing, it's going to be a walk.
Enriquez takes high for ball 4, and Hortonville gets the lead on an RBI walk. Xavier Enriquez gets an RBI walk there.
And you wonder how much pitching room that Franklin has this morning, because they just played Indian Trail yesterday in a loss. So, and Hortonville hasn't played since Thursday, so they've had a day off since their last game.
One just hits the corner for a strike. Garrett Smith, the left fielder, coming up to bat now.
But Hortonville doing a good job with plate discipline up there. Some of those pitches have been close, and they've laid off some of them, so they're doing a good job early on with plate discipline.
No hits so far today for the Hortonville Polar Bears as well.
Sounds familiar as yesterday. And funny part is the team that was walked a lot was wearing red too.
Yep. This one grounded over to the second baseman, Bombien, and he won't have a play on anything at all, and that'll be an error on Dominic Bombien. Let's see what game changer is going to score that, but it looked like he could have had a play on it if he charged in a little bit more, so it's going to be an RBI for Garrett Smith. That was a slow roller, though.
I think it'll be an error. I think it's probably a play that a lot of coaches would say you would typically make. So I think they're probably a rule an
2-0. This one fouled to the back screen, and we're down to the 7-0 hitter, Derek Bombeck, now the first baseman. And the troubles continue for Franklin so far early on. This one popped up high in the air to center fielder. Hurling going way back on it. He's going to make the catch, but that'll score Wiest from third, and it's 3-0 on a sacrifice fly from Bombeck.
Yeah, 3 early runs here for this Hortonville squad. They're doing a good job, of taking pitches as well, but, putting the ball in play to get a couple more runners home between that error and now that sac fly.
So now the 8-hole hitter, second baseman Elijah Yeager, coming up to bat now, with 2 outs gone by. It's taken in for a strike.
Yeah, Hortonville, a well-known baseball program, especially the last couple of years. Like I said, made that state appearance last year and state runners up in 2023 against Whitefish Bay.
It was taken high. I'm sure if they, even in their sectional games, if they can make it there with Kimberly and Bayport, I mean, that they're going to bring a crowd for that too. Where is that one being played at, that sectional?
I think Kimberly, but I'm not 100% sure. Kimberly's got a nice facility.
That's going to be a heck of a sectional as that one's taken down low for a ball.
Yeah, plan for us is that we're at West Tosha. If we can get a sectional, that'll be with these Franklin Sabres if they get there, obviously.
Muskego,
Oak Creek, Kenosha Tremper, all
Grove,
those southern
South Milwaukee, all of them.
Southern schools, we'll just say it that way.
Taken outside for a ball.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting sectional to see, because a 10-loss Oak Creek team, like we were talking with Coach Holler, can still get them a 5 or 6 seed. And in Hortonville sectional, a 10-loss team is probably an 8 or 9 seed.
3-1 on Yeager. He lines that one, caught to the third baseman, Carter Frazier, and that's how Franklin gets out of the inning based off of a line out to third base. 3 runs are plated by the Hortonville Polar Bears. We head to the bottom of the first inning where the Franklin Sabres come up to bat right here on Zaleski Sports.
I think a lot of people choose a career in criminal justice because they want to help people and make a difference. At Fox Valley Technical College, it's much deeper than that. I feel a sense of purpose.
I'm training at a one-of-a-kind center, learning from instructors who care, who've done the job and know what it takes to be successful.
This is more than just a career. This is what I was meant to do.
I'm building a future I'm proud of at Fox Valley Tech.
We're back with Better Halves. Jane is looking for a better health plan. Jane?
I need someone who'll make time for me. So, how would you two get to know me?
You want time? I'll keep you on hold all night long.
He sounds gross.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I won't treat you like a number. I've got award-winning service and coverage made just for you.
Now that's better. Next up, networks.
Back here on Zaleski Sports for the bottom of the first inning. Franklin Sabres come up to bat on a 3-0 deficit with the Polar Bears leading. Starting lineups for Steve Drobot's squad, who are first in the SEC Conference, coming in at 20-2. Leading off for the Sabres, the right fielder Nick Furley. Batting second, the first baseman Bennett Schuler. Batting third, the left fielder Dominic Walters. Batting fourth, the cleanup hitter, second baseman Dominic Bombien. Batting fifth, the catcher Tavin Nass. Batting sixth, the designated hitter Carter Schwingle. Seventh, the shortstop Sam Ortiz. Batting eighth, the center fielder Dylan Hurling. And batting ninth for the Franklin Sabres is the third baseman Carter Frazier. The starting pitcher for Greg Yeager and the Hortonville Polar Bears is Isaac Banky, who last appeared in a game May 14th against Fond du Lac in an FVA conference matchup. He pitched 5 innings, 10 hits, 6 runs, 3 earned, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. So hits are a big struggle that he gives up on the mound. Fielding alignment for Greg Yeager's squad: Garrett Smith in left, Jack Tenney in center, Xavier Enriquez in right, Brock Walter at third, Gary Wiest at short, Elijah Yeager at second, Derek Bomback at first. Jamie Varela, is the catcher for Isaac Benke on the mound.
Yeah, Franklin definitely going to want a strong start here after going down 3-0.
First pitch taken in for a strike.
Like you're talking about Benke, he didn't have the best outing last game that he pitched in, so
expect Franklin to be aggressive.
This might be Franklin's opportunity here. They want to try to get back in this one. They're not out of it, but just saying, get a couple runs here.
No one taken downstairs for a ball. The Polar Bears played at 8, and it's kind of surreal that they had 3 runs, and Hortonville has no hits yet still. Kind of taken low.
Kind of similar to that Slinger squad we saw last night, too. They scored 5 runs via 6 walks and 1 hit.
Then the home team responded,
And they were trailing 5-0 going into that inning.
Sabres got something up their sleeve. This one's going to be grounded over to the first baseman. Routine play for Bomback. It's a ground out to first. First baseman Bennett Schuler coming up to bat now with 1 out gone by. Slow roller on that first one. Today's game is sponsored by Fox Valley Tech. Each year, more than 6,000 high school students get a head start on their college education, thanks to dual credit classes made possible by Fox Valley Technical College. These are college-level classes that high school students take for free, saving on average more than $600 per student. That one gets all the way to the wall, and a second base double for Bennett Schuler.
It makes me laugh.
Right while I was reading
I know. I was going to say, we get hardly any action except walks beginning. Right when you start reading an ad, we get a big hit.
Don't worry, I'll read it again.
I'm sure they heard it.
Usually the rule for us here at Zaleski is that you read the whole ad through, but I thought that was a home run at first. Right when I looked up, I was like, why are they all the way at the wall?
Well, it sounded like you got most of it in.
Yeah.
You did a good job staying to the ad even while that was happening, so.
I'll get it through, though. So now the left fielder, Dominic Walters, coming up to bat, Mr. Highlight House.
Yeah, you can call him that. He's been in the house for basketball, too.
Yeah. No, and now he gets hit by a pitch, so here we go.
Put them all on in this inning.
Folks.
Wait, they're going to call him back. They're going to say he leaned in.
Oh, so he's going to have to come back, but
they're going to say he leaned in. I don't know.
Drobot's going to come in and argue this one to the home plate umpire.
I don't know if that's a great call. I'm just going to be honest.
I don't think that was a good call either on that one.
He kind of turned his shoulder. I don't know how they could have said he leaned into it.
It
personally.
didn't look like he leaned in.
That's an interesting one. You got to do a lot in high school to try to say somebody leaned into a pitch. He'd have to basically jump on home plate and say, oh.
Will they at least give him the ball, or is it just a reset of the count?
No, he's staying up there. See, I think they changed their mind. I think they were like, hey.
Yeah, that's
it takes
pretty questionable call right there.
It takes a lot in high school to say somebody leaned into a pitch. you basically would have to kind of like lean your whole body over home plate and say you got hit by the pitch.
So now the count resets and Walters steps back in and takes low for a ball. You just had a guy on first and second. Now
I should say they're sticking with the call that he leaned into it, because if he didn't stick with it, he'd be at first base. So obviously Coach Durbot didn't get.
So they are going to count that as a ball, though.
Yeah.
The one that he leaned into, as 2-0 pitch is hitting that left corner for a strike.
Yeah, that was an interesting one, I'll just say. I mean, it could go either way, I'm assuming, but, you just don't see them call that very often unless the manager comes out and argues that he got purposely hit. So I was just surprised to see that called without Greg Yeager saying something.
2-1 on Walters is taken low for a ball, 3-1. So now he's a ball away from going back to what it was. Walters going to put it on a tee now. 3-1 pitch with 1 out gone by. Bennett Schuler at second after his double. 3-1 pitch is grounded, fouled over to the third base side. He got a good pitch to hit there.
Oh, absolutely. Now 3-2. Walters is up there to protect, and if you're Banky, you're about throwing a strike here, but you're also about trying to throw not too good of a pitch where Walters gets a hold of one too.
3-2 pitch to Walters, and he fouls that one off. Watch out, Dominic Bombien, that almost hit him right there on the on-deck circle.
Yeah, we got a lot of liners going into dugouts in these games, it seems like.
Dugout's always one of the scariest places to be, even though those balls can come at you at they can't come at you at over 100 miles per hour.
Oh, absolutely. You got to be aware in those dugouts, that's for sure.
Right off the bat. So we'll do the full count over again. Pitch number 6 in this at-bat. 7, I should say. And that one's taken right over the head of Walters. He flips his bat over. And same result as a hit by pitch, right?
Yeah, so
he
many
gets on
pitches
base
later,
with the walk.
Steve Drobot may not mind that now because it used up more pitches for the Banky.
So now second baseman Dominic Bombien comes up to bat, the cleanup hitter. He had the error in the top of the first. That was a slow roller, though, at the same time, but he kind of was charging in. He just couldn't make a glove on it, and now there's a chance to make up with it at the plate. First pitch taken out, just hit that left side corner for a strike. Bombien couldn't believe it right there.
Yeah, so it ended up working out in Franklin's favor. The hit by pitch was called back due to Walters leaning in, but he walked anyways several pitches later.
And another wide strike right there. So quickly down 0-2 on the count for Bombien, and Isaac Banky working his way through this inning so far. 14 pitches thrown, a double and a walk so far. And they ground out to third as leadoff. First, that pitch is taken way outside for a ball.
Yeah, he went a little bit more outside than I thought he was going to do. You know what I thought he was going to do? Go to the same exact spot he did the first 2 pitches, because Bombien took those as those were not strikes. So if you'd have went there, he might have froze them up again. But I look for a waster pitch here this time, kind of similar to the last one, maybe a little bit low this time.
1-2 to Bombien, takes outside again on the breaking ball.
Seems like they're trying to go outside on these 2. They're trying to get Bombien to swing outside on these 2, as that's where the catcher has gone the last 2 for the waster pitches. Let's see if this time they go in the zone to try to strike out Bombien.
2-2. Popped up high in the air, out of play, and cue the car crashing effects, because that one might hit someone's car out there. I hope not. But
hold your hands together and pray that your insurance company is strong when you're near a baseball field.
Their back screens are really high up here.
Yeah,
the fences.
Got to give them credit. They got some high fences here. Yeah, you're correct about that.
So they do a really good job thinking about everyone's cars in the parking lots here at Franklin.
But it's not like that all the way around. It's like that to the dugouts and then stops.
Well, they kind of have something behind the dugouts too, right?
Yeah.
A little padding. Do the 2-2 again. Bombien pops this one up in the air.
That will go out of play. Yes.
Yeah, that will just hit the top of the dugout, and that baseball will get stuck up top, up by that fence. So a couple followed off pitches, just a little bit late on it for Bombien.
Yeah, Hortonville, looking for a ground ball here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. They can get one on the ground. They can get themselves right out of this inning. and keep it 3-0. And Franklin obviously looking to extend this lead after going down 3-0 and not even giving up a hit to Hortonville. Franklin's up in the hit column, yet losing.
That one taken outside for a ball. We are full now with the catcher Tavin Nass on deck. Big pitch coming up for Banky. Grant the timeout right there for Bombien. Bombien stands really close in the box. You see where his alignment is both his feet, the tiptoes of his feet are out top, and it's taken high for ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Franklin now. And Franklin looking to try to respond right back for the 3 runs that Hortonville had. Tavin Nass up to bat now for the Sabres, the catcher.
You know what I think happened?
What's up?
Thursday's game between Oak Creek and Kettle Moraine, they're like, let's get this inning over as fast as possible, this first inning. These Slinger, Kimberly, they must have met with Hortonville and Franklin and said, let's keep this going just for a while.
This one popped in the air to the back screen. First pitch on.
Yesterday we went 45-minute first inning. We are at 25 minutes here so far in this one.
Well, we'll see how long this...
And Franklin's only got 1 away here too, so...
Banky's got to throw strikes if he wants to get back into this one here. 0-1 pitch. Line to right field, fouled out of play, and right over to the softball stadium.
I don't like to use the word no-hitter, especially this early, but technically Franklin's throwing a no-hitter against Hortonville and losing 3-0 right now.
Yeah, that would be something.
So, I mean, it's... The hit column is always not a representation about how well your discipline's been at the plate.
0-2 pitch is way outside. Good pick behind the plate for Varela. That could have saved a run right there.
Yeah, the good one thing note about this Franklin backstop is I don't know how many runs are scoring here today because that ball could ricochet pretty fast as that backstop is not too far back.
1-2 to Nass. And swing and a miss on the curveball. It won't secure it at first because he swings right through and the bases are loaded. Bases secured. That's a big strikeout now for 2 outs for Banky now. Designated hitter Carter Schwingo coming up to bat now. Franklin just need anything here, right? Anything. A walk, base hit. Yeah, the bases loaded right now. You still got 6 more innings to do that, but right now would be the time to try to get something.
Yes, you need something here. It would be a huge moment for Franklin.
First pitch taken in for a strike.
This is a big non-conference game. Obviously, Coach Drobot forced to schedule more non-conference games with the departure of Oak Creek from the Southeast. They lose 3 conference games from just losing 1 team. So
this one's grounded over to foul to the third base side. So now strikes are definitely being poured in now for Isaac Banky.
yeah, that would be something Banky could get out of this.
1 strike away from getting out of it after giving up a double and 2 walks.
That'd be huge for Hortonville if he could. But obviously, I'd waste 1 here. Wouldn't give him too good of a pitch to hit here.
Breaking ball. This one popped up in the air, foul right into the parking lot.
Yeah, 0-2, I would do the same thing. You know, continue to waste because, like you said, you've done such a good job. You're 1 strike away. You don't want to give up that, that gap, double, triple, because depending on how fast the runners are, they could tie this game.
To the 0-2 again. Banky up to 27 pitches in the first inning, and he does a long pause and steps off the mound as him and Varela weren't on the same page with that call. Maybe he was like, you know what, let's give him something in the zone here. Oh, no. Still got a pitch to use on the 0-2 count, and he checks his swing. He doesn't go.
Did a good job checking his swing right there. You hate to have the inning end on a swing in the dirt.
Yeah.
Especially having bases loaded. So did a good job checking his swing there. And sees another life here.
1-2 to Schwingle, the designated hitter. Franklin looking to get on the board after Hortonville played 3 runs. That one hits the corner for a strike. A breaking ball right there, and the Hortonville Polar Bears get out of the inning. We head to the top of the 2nd inning. Now still 3-0 Hortonville. right here on Zaleski Sports.
Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. Offering comprehensive solutions that include brand development, social media marketing, branded products, and digital marketing. The goal is to streamline every aspect of marketing while maximizing results. With a focus on clear, transparent communication and a driven team ready to hustle, Bear Performance Marketing is your partner for marketing that outperforms the competition. Learn more at bearpm.com.
Cobeson Bus is hiring. It's drivers that they need. Cobeson Bus is hiring. It's the perfect job for me.
Cobeson Buses would like to thank all of our school bus drivers throughout the state of Wisconsin for their safe driving. If you would like to make a difference in your community with a fun and rewarding part-time job, apply at cobeson.com.
Cobeson Bus is hiring. It's the perfect job for me.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, Elijah Vinkslada here alongside Matt Peck. Today's game is sponsored by Fox Valley Tech. Each year, more than 6,000 high school students get a head start on their college education thanks to dual credit classes made possible by the Fox Valley Technical College. These are college-level classes that high school students take for free, saving, on average, more than $600 per student. For more, learn at fvtc.edu/gettechnical. Top of the second inning, 3-0 Hortonville leads. Leading off for the Polar Bears is the 9-hole hitter, the pitcher, Isaac Banky. 1-1 on him, taken in for a ball. It's still kind of crazy that Hortonville has 3 runs right now on no hits.
Yeah, it's not something you see very often.
This one's popped up sky high in the air. The third baseman, Frazier, has a beat on it and makes the catch for out number 1. Jack Tenney's the leadoff hitter, will come back up to plate now. Second hitter, he walked his first time out and scored a run. Trey Schultz looking to lock back in now after the command was an issue in that first pitch taken for a strike on the curveball. That one just misses for a ball.
Yeah, Franklin definitely looking to get out of this inning a lot faster than the last one after allowing 3 hits. No, not 3 hits, 0 hits, but tons of walks and still allowing 3 runs. So obviously it's a good start to the inning, popping up to third base, Franklin, as they got an inning out so far a lot faster than last inning.
Ooh, almost hits him right there, and he says it clips him. Oh, come on.
It was close.
I don't think that hit him.
It was close, but I think as long as it touches a little bit patch of the jersey, it's a hit by pitch. It doesn't matter if it grazes that little hit. It's a hit by pitch. So
it didn't even look like it is jersey. So hit by pitch there. And taken in for a strike on Colton Jens, a designated hitter.
Yeah, like I said,
that one's going to be lined and caught, and they got a double play right there, a line out. There you go for Franklin. Bang, 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 a line out to Dominic Bombien. And Schuler secures it at first, a double play right there to get out the inning. We head to the bottom of the second inning, 3-0. Franklin leads on Zaleski Sports.
At Ridgestop Exteriors, we're more than your average home improvement company. We're your neighbors, and for over 20 years, we've been trusted and proudly serving right here in your community. Customer service is our #1 goal. Call now for your free estimate.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
Hey, Brian Butch called.
Brian Butch?
He really loves Abbey Bank, but he wants to work here.
What are we going to do with him?
I don't know. Let's let him try a few different jobs.
Let's get you that loan.
Brian, buddy, you're really good at basketball, but maybe leave the banking to us.
We're back here for the start of the top of the second inning from Franklin High School in a non-conference showdown. Today's game is sponsored by Travel Leaders Discovery. Travel Leaders Discovery specializes in creating personalized, unforgettable, and stress-free travel experiences for individuals, families, and groups of all sizes. Travel Leaders Discovery is a full-service agency booking beach vacations, cruises, hotel only, and air hotel, Disney, house rental, business travel, romantic travel, and family vacations everywhere you want to go. Call Travel Leaders Discovery at 833-TLTRIPS and visit www.tlttrips.com. 3-0 our score here in the bottom of the second inning, leading off for the Franklin Sabres, the shortstop, Sam Ortiz. Benke kind of ran into a little bit of trouble in that first inning, giving up a double and a pair of walks, but was able to get out of it with back-to-back strikeouts. That breaking ball working for Benke so far. That's what he got his strikeouts on. Those are the ones with your Franklin, though, that you can't get, right?
Yeah.
One just hits the outside right corner for strike 2.
Yeah, and the worst thing for Franklin was last inning is that inning ended on a called strike 3. You hate to go down looking, especially in a situation with bases loaded and 2 outs, and you're already trailing 3-0. So Franklin is going to look to get back to where they were last inning. It's still in that 3-0 hole.
2-2 bounces in the dirt.
They had a better clean defensive inning last inning. They had an error last inning, too, in addition to all the walks, I should say, in the first inning now. They've already played in the second inning, but yeah, they had an error with a bunch of walks in the first inning.
Talking about a break for Franklin, though, the line out to Bombien, and he was able to secure it over to Bennett Schuler at first. They get a double play. That one taken outside for a ball. So now that's a third walk of the day for the pitcher, Benke, and the third he's issued. Dylan Hurling, the center fielder, coming up to bat now. You know, it was one thing I found pretty interesting, or kind of crazy last night and cool at the same time.
What?
When Coach Doberstein, he was making all those number calls last night. I call them the codes.
Yeah, who knows? We're not sitting near Drobot. He might do the same thing.
Yeah.
Or Yeager.
Pickoff attempt goes by at first. Ortiz is going to get to second base, and he gets past Back at first base, and now you eliminate the double play.
Yeah, huge moment for Franklin there. Obviously, read that he got him to throw over to first base, and he throws it away. So you'll take that if you can get an extra base.
We saw that in the Oak Creek game, and that ended up scoring a run for the Knights.
Yes.
So now the signal going to be changed up a little bit for the catcher, Jamie Varela. Varela not hitting today. Just playing catcher. That one gets past Varela in the backstop. Ortiz is going to jog his way over to third base. So in a span of one pitch and a pickoff attempt, Ortiz goes from first to third.
Yeah, you'll take that if you're Franklin, because you get a runner all the way from first to third based on mistakes. And now all you need is a slow ground ball, sac fly. You can get a run home and make it 3-1 here.
1-0 count. He's going to signal bunt, and he gets it down. The third baseman, Walker, is not going to get it. Walter is not going to get it, beg your pardon. And that's going to be an RBI single, bunt single by Dylan Hurling, and the Sabres get on the board.
Steve Drobot going small ball there. Yeah. You love to see it. Laid down the bunt and ended up working.
I think you score that a base hit too, right? A bunt base hit.
I think they will, because even if he fields that cleanly, by the time he picks the ball up and throws it to first, they might not get him.
And Game Changer saying that he reaches on an error.
So, yeah, that's a tough one to score because it went under his glove.
Ball one taken out, and easily with the speed of Dylan Hurling reaching the second on the ball there. So a little bit of a rough inning so far for the catcher Varela. Sam Ortiz, after scoring there, he goes out right there. I'm going to redo some of the signals here on the 2-0 count. Banky really hasn't been able, or Varela, I should say, hasn't really been able to field those that have gotten past, right? Like those low pitches so far. Signaling bunt again. Frazier gets it down, and that's another good one. They're going to be able to get the force at first, but Hurling easily gets over to third, so it's another sacrifice for Frazier over to the second baseman, Yeager.
But the funny thing about that one was, which worked out in Franklin's favor, was they moved him over to third, but it seemed like Hortonville at first, when they were going to go pick up that bunt, wasn't sure who to grab the ball. But they quickly figured out and at least got the runner out at first for their sake.
See if Franklin goes surprise bunt here with the top of the order coming up. A ground out to first last time up for Nick Furley. And this one's going to be grounded over to the second baseman, Yeager, and they get the force at first, but a RBI ground out, successful ground out right there as Hurling scores, and it's 3-2 now. Franklin cut the deficit to 1, and it'll be an RBI ground out. Now 2 runs going by, and now Bennett Schuler coming up to bat. Had a double while I was reading the ads last time out. A big swing and a miss on that first pitch. He had surgery. What was it? Steve Drobat told us he had surgery a couple months ago, right? Or like,
yeah. And he was, he didn't come. What was it? He wasn't pitching as much.
UCL, was it?
Yes. He was doing lower end pitching, but it's been 2 weeks, so it'll be interesting to see if we see him at all today.
Pops that one to the back screen, and he's definitely had a good comeback so far. I mean, they've used him in a couple situations where he's been an opener for a game starting pitching to kind of get him a feel of how that feels again after a UCL surgery.
Yeah, and a lot of people didn't expect Indian Trail to beat Franklin yesterday.
He actually pitched in that game last night, too.
Oh, really?
It was Prescott Sanford that started, as this one's going to be lined over to Elijah Yeager, fielding it over to Baumbach to get through the inning. The Sabres plate 2, though, and cut the deficit to 1. We head to the top of the third inning, Hortonville with a 3-2 lead on Zaleski Sports.
I think a lot of people choose a career in criminal justice because they want to help people and make a difference. At Fox Valley Technical College, it's much deeper than that. I feel a sense of purpose.
I'm training at a one-of-a-kind center, learning from instructors who care, who've done the job and know what it takes to be successful.
This is more than just a career. This is what I was meant to do.
I'm building a future I'm proud of at Fox Valley Tech.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauernfeind Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Back here on Zaleski Sports alongside Matt Peck, I'm Elijah Vincelata. Hortonville versus Franklin. Today's game is sponsored by Bear Performance Marketing. Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. From brand management to social media marketing and promotional solutions, we streamline your marketing for maximum results. Learn more at BAERPM.com. Right as I look up, it looked like the umpire for a sec was touching his head like he was challenging. I was like, wait a minute. I feel like when technology keeps evolving, maybe one day high school will get ABS too. First pitch taken high for a ball. On the leadoff hitter.
About that.
Brock Walter.
These schools can't even figure out
the
shot clock.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, it costs too much money.
I'm saying in like 50 years though, like when we're unk.
Hey, the WIAA. No, I shouldn't say the WIAA, but the membership schools In 50 years, I wouldn't be surprised we still have a shot clock in this state.
Big swing and a miss at that high heater. And he strikes him out, swinging on 3 pitches. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. The second K of the day for Walter. And that's the only guy that Trey Schultz has retired via the way of the K on that Hortonville lineup. First pitch taken high for a ball on Gary Wiest. Wiest, his first time out, walked. Got all the way to third, but didn't score, and pops this one high in the air to right field. Furley has a beat on it and makes the play for out number 2.
Innings are starting to go faster.
Yeah.
After, there were a lot of walks earlier. And we
got a good game so far scoring-wise, though. I mean, 3-2.
Yeah, Hortonville has the lead 3-2, but they haven't recorded a hit yet today. Interesting one. Franklin has 2. So
still definitely feels weird to say that the Sabres have a no-no going on. And big swing and a miss right there for Xavier Enriquez, who walked his first time up. RBI walk for him. And this one popped up sky high in the air. Sam Ortiz calls everybody off, and 1, 2, 3, the Hortonville Polar Bears go, and now Trey Schultz starting to dial it in. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fear, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
However and wherever you want to travel the world, Travel Leaders Discovery can help you get there. Beach vacations, family trips, cruises, romantic getaways, Disney vacations, U.S. travel and business travel. Travel Leaders Discovery, proudly helping families, couples, and businesses explore the world through all-inclusive trips of all kinds. Call them today in Green Bay, Appleton, and Sheboygan to create your memories for a lifetime.
Back here in the bottom of the 3rd inning here on Zaleski Sports, a 3-2 ball game. Hortonville leads on the Franklin Sabres. No hits gone by for the Hortonville Polar Bears, while the Franklin Sabres only have 1. A lot of walks today. Let's see the combination. 1, 2. Six batters in this whole game have been walked for both teams combined. It's been a game of the walks and hit by pitches, right? Franklin had 1, 2, and this guy coming up, Dominic Walters, was hit by pitch earlier, or it wasn't called that, but he ended up walking instead later. And Walters comes back up for his second at-bat. Worked a really nice at-bat with that walk as the first pitch taken in for a strike. I always wonder, those cars going by got to be feeling a little nervous every time someone's up to bat, especially with a guy like Dominic Walters who could put a charge into a ball.
For sure.
Big swing and a miss right there. He wanted to do it on the breaking ball right there.
And I started to see the pitchers settle in a little bit better than earlier. The walk numbers have gone down a little bit.
0-2. Swung on and missed. 3-pitch strikeout. And now coming up to bat, Dominic Bombien. Bombien walked his first time and signals bunt and gets to it. Benke fields it over to Bomback for out number 2, so another surprise bunt right there, but Schultz was ready this time. 1-3 ground out. Tavin Nass, the catcher, coming up, struck out swinging his first time on a breaking ball. 50 pitches thrown for Isaac Banky. You're right, though. He's kind of settled it in a little bit now.
Oh, absolutely.
Usually after you get through an order once, you kind of know what the approach kind of is. And Nass grounds this one over to Weist, and he grounds it over to Bomback for out number 3. 1, 2, 3. The Sabres go. We head to the top of the 4th. We are starting to fly now right here on Zaleski Sports.
Join us for Marshfield's Dairy Fest. Say cheese! Kick things off on Friday, May 29th with the Mayor's Breakfast from 5:30 to 9:30 a.m. Then at 5 p.m., head to Columbia Park for a night of family-friendly entertainment, including the play, Winnie the Pooh and Friends. The fun continues on Saturday, May 30th with the parade at 11 a.m. Afterward, make your way to Wenzel Family Plaza for more activities. Be sure to explore the craft show at Chestnut and West 3rd Street, and while you're there, stop by the Pie and Ice Cream Social at the Upham Mansion. Wrap up the day at the Outdoor Beer Garden, hosted by Nuts Deep 2, featuring live music. For more information, go to visitmarshfield.com.
Meda Custom Apparel, your local source for quality, custom decorated clothing and products. Discover a wide range of products from corporate casual wear to team uniforms, promotional items, sporting goods, and awards. Don't settle for less. With our in-house production, we will make your name or event stand out with custom sports jerseys, branded cooler bags, and personalized can coolers. Celebrate team success with custom awards and promotional items. At Meda Custom Apparel, we put your brand first. Explore your options today at medacustom.com.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, top of the 4th inning, 3-2 score, 1, 2, 3. Both teams went. Elijah Vinks-Lotta alongside Matt Peck. Today's game is sponsored by Marshfield's Dairy Fest. Say cheese on Friday and May 29th and Saturday, May 30th. Enjoy the Mayor's Breakfast, Parade, and live music at Nuts Deep 2. For more info, go to visitmarshfield.com. Next weekend, folks, if you want to take the trip up to Marshfield at Nuts Deep, they got some really good stuff going on up there. Food, drinks, fun activities. I won't be able to attend that, but
a little bit far.
A little bit of a drive. Forget those any Hortonville people watching. Feel free to check that out. Probably only about 2 hours for them. Leading off the top of the 4th inning for the Polar Bears, the left fielder Garrett Smith reached on an error. His first time up. First one takes a called strike on the outside corner. That bottom of that 3rd inning really went by fast, didn't it? Big swing and fielded over by Bombien. Over to Schuler for out number 1. So that's kind of a coincidence right there. He hits it to the same spot both times. First time was an error by Bombien. Second time, routine play. So it's kind of for certain that Smith has a certain spot he likes to hit it in.
Oh, absolutely. It just seems like they're putting it right in that same spot. And that second baseman has been busy over there for Franklin today.
Bomback takes in first strike.
Bombi and Bomback. How many?
Yeah.
So many similar founding names.
Bomback fouls that right off his leg. Oh, no.
That does not feel good at all.
I think that might have been off his kneecap, too. And
yeah, that's not good.
That's not what you want to see right there at all. Hope he's all right. Coach Yeager going to come over as well. Greg Yeager checking up on him and going for the best for Derek Bomback. That ball took a hard hit too. Like that was a fast liner right off.
Oh yeah,
it
was
right
right off his leg. I mean, they couldn't tell exactly where it hit, but assuming it was probably off his knee.
Good to see him get back up on his feet and even walk it off a little bit, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to test to see if he can run or any of that. But I think you should, right? I mean,
I'm assuming they would make him run at least a little bit.
Just test himself, and now he's giving a fist bump. So, yeah, I think he is good to go.
Yeah.
Testing out the swing. He'll definitely feel that for the next couple of days, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So 0-2 on him. Taking low for a ball.
Yeah, I would continue looking at a waster pitch here, you know. But you want to throw too many balls early on, as Frank would struggle with the command early on. There you go.
Swing and a miss at the high curveball for strike 3. Third K of the day for Trey Schultz. Second baseman Elijah Yeager coming up to bat now. Schultz has definitely settled into this one after giving up a pair of walks in that first inning and hit by pitch. That one spikes all the way to the backstop. That one got away from him.
I don't know what happened on that one. That one was like way out there.
Just completely missed it. That one gets in for a strike. Very wide difference right there between those two pitches.
Yeah, that's for sure.
A 1-2 count. Taken outside for a ball. This one popped up in the air of the seats. Or over to the football stadium, where we'll be in about 18 more weeks. Might have my math wrong on that.
Something like that. I have no clue. If I had to sit back and count weeks, probably wouldn't go too well.
That one spikes in the dirt again, so that some of these pitches that he's throwing, just not having the command on it still. Now the count runs full with 2 outs. Yeager takes low for a ball. First base runner for the Polar Bears since the top of the second inning. Now the 9-hole hitter, the pitcher Isaac Banky coming up to bat now. 0 for 1 with the pop up to third base.
Yeah, you have to look towards right field if you're Banky, because, you know, in this kind of a situation, they're kind of playing in on him out there, but there's a large gap in right center out there that he could hit into, and even left center.
One hits the right corner for a strike. 2-1 now.
Also, the left fielder also playing a little bit off the line, which, you know, you typically see when you see a lefty up there, you always typically shift towards center more if you're in left.
One line high in the air to deep right field. That ball is carrying, and that ball goes off the wall. And behind Furley, he cuts it off to third. The throw to the plate, the relay, and he is out. The relay from Furley to Bombien over to Nass. And the Sabres get out the inning. What a play.
I want to say one thing before we go to commercial there. I'm surprised Greg Yeager didn't check there, because
I think he tapped him though, right?
The tag from here looked good, but you never know how close it was.
Oh, it's like Thursday, right, with that one play. Was he blocking or no?
No, he wasn't blocking, but I couldn't quite tell for sure if he actually, you know, was fully tagged. Sometimes it looks like it, but he wasn't.
All right, we'll be right back right after this on Zaleski Sports.
Looking for a place where everyone feels at home? Welcome to Point Brewery, your family-friendly tap room with something for everyone. From a wide variety of local brews to classic Point sodas for the kids, We've got the perfect pour for everyone. Craving a bite? We've got hot, cheesy Portesi pizzas ready when you are. Whether you're hanging out inside or soaking up the sun in our outdoor beer garden, there's space to unwind. Planning a celebration? Reserve our private event room and make it a gathering to remember. Point Brewery, good times, great taste, all on tap.
Help us create iron castings the world uses and trusts. At Wapaka Foundry, you're not just making parts. It's the pride in what you do, the quality of people beside you, and the career you create. What we make matters. Who makes them matters more. Join us. Cast your future at Wapaka Foundry. Visit jobs.wapakafoundry.com. Go Falcons!
Bottom of the fourth inning right here on Zaleski Sports. 3-2 ball game. A double by the pitcher Isaac Banky. Washed away from the really good relay attempt right there for Nick Furley over to Bombien and throw over to Tavin Nass. On a play that looked like it was very close, right? On the tag from Tavin Nass, but those relay plays are always so big, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. We saw one last night from Slinger, but that one was pretty big. But, you know, when people look back at the replay, you might think that the glove might have went past the leg a little bit. It's a fast motion play. It's a hard play to make, and you have no replay. So you got to make a judgment call, and I think the umpire did a good job there, you know, making a judgment call based on what he saw. But if you zoom in all the way, there's a little bits and pieces you never know. I mean, and we'll never know. You move on. And Greg Yeager must have obviously thought that he was tagged because he didn't.
Throw was off of the plate, too.
That's what surprised me more.
Swung on a foul.
The throw was off the plate, and they still got him out.
Carter Schwingle, the designated hitter at the plate, struck out looking his first time out. Those are the type of plays, though, that shift the momentum that quick, though. See if Franklin can get a couple runs going when spiked in the dirt. Banky kind of has to, probably has all the adrenaline going from that hit, too, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Got to dial it back in on the mound now. 2-1. Foul to the back screen. Yeah, I love when the umpires do it too. Like they wait to make the call for a sec, right? To get the crowd waiting.
Well,
on it.
They also want to make sure that the ball is still in the glove. The ball was actually caught.
Spikes in the dirt. Have you ever had, I know you've coached or you've umped.
I've done both.
You've done that before too?
Yeah, so you always want to wait to make the call just in case the ball came out. Make sure that he actually had the ball in his glove, because sometimes some of you will play little tricks on you and the ball is actually sitting underneath him.
3-2 pitch. Take it down low for a ball. And Carter Schwingle reaches on via the walk. Start the fourth inning. Fourth walk issued on the day by Banky. And now Sam Ortiz coming up to bat, who also had a walk in his first at-bat.
Yeah, tying run on base for Franklin here to try and even this up.
First pitch down low for a ball.
Franklin's done better on the defense and pitching end since the first inning after allowing 3 runs. And Hortonville, just at the top frame, got their first hit despite being up 3-0 before that first hit. Hortonville looking for a ground ball right here to try to turn 2. Franklin is looking to extend this inning. And
trying to get him at first. It gets past. Bomb back again, and now Schwingle reaches to second on a passed ball on a pickoff attempt.
I had a feeling that was going to happen the second I saw that ball throw. Just the second I saw him have to leave the base, I'm like,
now you once again eliminate the double play.
And you know, I know players are going to get a big lead after a while, but if you keep throwing it away, I don't know why you keep doing it. Because I mean, I know you got to throw back to first once in a while, but if you're throwing it away more than you're actually getting it to the glove, you're costing yourself base runners. And that's kind of how Franklin got themselves in scoring position last couple innings based on those errors thrown to first base. And once again, the same position.
That one was way off, too.
Yes.
That one misses for a ball.
Just like every time there's a guy in first base, the catcher catches the ball and throws it down to first base. I'm always waiting and seeing for that ball to get right past the first baseman. It happens, I feel like 75% of the time that ball goes right past the first baseman. You just give the guy another base. It's very hard for a catcher to throw a guy off at first base unless he's way off the base.
One popped in the air, foul. And we want to thank thanks to our game day sponsors, Amplitel Technologies, Pagoni's Pizza, and Jexie's Restaurant. Today up in the Fox Valley area. Two and one the count on Sam Ortiz. Takes right down the middle for a strike. I feel like right where we are too, we could see that strike zone really well too.
Yes.
So we could tell if things are good calls or bad calls. Don't want to judge it too much.
Well, remember, umpire's strike zone is his own strike zone. Yep. So if it's way above his head and he calls strike three, that's his call. You have to adjust to that.
2-2. Spikes in the dirt. And easily moving over to third on a pass ball, or wild pitch, I should say, is Carter Schwingel. That's more of like a wild pitch, right? Because that one spiked away.
Yeah, I would say I'd rule that a wild pitch, personally, yes.
Schwingel over at third, the tying run 90 feet away, still no outs. So Franklin, they could even use a grounder here. Hard grounder.
Anything in play, personally.
Yep. Full count. Fouled.
This is a Franklin squad. I think they still have one more week left of Southeast Conference play.
Yeah, they got Racine Horlick next week to round out their conference play. I think as long as they sweep it there, they'll win the conference for sure.
Yeah, I would.
No, they had the loss yesterday at Indian Trail. The 3-2 again, popped up high in the air. That's not going to get the runner over, and it'll be played by the first baseman, Bombach, for out number one on a P3. Now Dylan Hurley coming up to bat, reached on via an error his last time up. Still got a couple more chances for Franklin to get a couple runs here with Schwingel over at third. Erling pops this one up in the air, fouled. And watch out in the seats. Dangerous one right there.
That one was popped up high. You heard that one ricochet a couple times. I'm sure people ran out of the way over there.
You heard it, yep, right off the... That one gets past the catcher, and Schwingel going to come home. The throw not in time, and we are tied on a wild pitch. Couple of those this inning already, Matt Peck, and now the Sabres have tied it up on a wild pitch.
Just think about it, though. That run scored on every Hortonville mistake.
Yeah.
It started with a pickoff attempt that was widely thrown to first base. It started on a pass ball that was back to the backstop that got him to third, and after that, another pass ball to the backstop to get him home. So
lots of mistakes.
Yeah, Franklin capitalized on those Hortonville mistakes. Those runs were all scored by a Hortonville mistake.
1-1. Line to left field. The left fielder going back on it. That one gets over his head and bouncing out for a ground rule double onto 51st Street. It'll be a ground rule double for Dylan Hurling. Now Carter Frazier comes up to bat. Sacrifice bunt his first time up.
Yeah, now Franklin has come back and tied this one and they lead in the hit column 3-1.
Forget that Hortonville had that hit too last night in their first hit of the game.
Yes.
This one's going to be lined over to left field, and that one gets over the head of Smith again. Hurling's going to score, and it's another RBI double for Franklin. This time it's Carter Frazier to give the Sabres the lead.
You know, The funny part about that is we've had 2 ground rule doubles in a row. I just wonder
Yeah.
if there's not that fence is a little bit off the ground or something. Somebody's going to have to go out there and get all those baseballs. Just think about that.
I think part of that was Garrett Smith playing in a little bit too much too, right? It didn't look like he was ready. If he was deep enough, he could probably make a play on both of those, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
So back-to-back ground rule doubles for Hurling and Frazier to score the run, and the Sabres plate 2 so far, and the rally continues. Why not? The top of the order comes back up with Nick Furley now, who is 1 for 2 with an RBI ground out. One's taken outside. The command's a little bit of an issue too right now for the starting pitcher, Banky, who, like we said, right, in his last pitching out, he gave up 10 hits.
Yes.
Now the hits are starting to show a little bit. And it's taken on that outside corner for a strike.
Yeah, it seems like Franklin's finally starting to figure out Banky here. You know, they had a couple hits earlier on, but back-to-back doubles just shows that they're starting to get in a little bit of a rhythm here.
Swing and a miss on the breaking ball.
Now, if you're Banky, you know, you just got to keep fooling them here. You know, kind of go back to those pitches that have been successful for you. You know, you had that nice curve earlier that got that Franklin better swinging in a crucial situation. But Franklin just definitely in a lot of momentum now with back-to-back doubles.
1-2 to Furley. Hits this one high in the air. It's a right fielder. The right fielder coming in. Enriquez makes the play for out number 2. Bennett Schuler coming up to bat now. Last chance for Franklin to get some insurance now to bank on their lead a little bit.
Yeah, Franklin obviously looking for another run here and kind of extend it because this Hortonville squad's a really good squad from the northeast Wisconsin area, you know. They're going to figure out a ways to try to get themselves back in this one, too.
We'll see which team has the worst sour taste in their mouth from their last loss, right?
Yes.
Who wants it more? Schuler had a double to right field his first time up.
I mean, Southeast Conference and Fox Valley, I mean, you compare them. I mean, Fox Valley quite a bit stronger. I mean, don't get me wrong, the SEC has some good teams too with Indian Trail, Kenosha Tremper, some of those teams up there that can compete well, but, you know,
try to pick him off at second base, not in time.
FVA has a couple more of them.
Weast. So it'll be a signature win for Franklin, though.
Yeah, it'll be
definitely 20-2 season so far.
It'll definitely be a win that Steve Drobot puts on that spreadsheet at the city meeting tomorrow and highlights and says, hey,
They're going to be competing with that 1 seed most likely with Muskego.
I personally think
not.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean,
2 is reasonable though, right?
That loss yesterday if they wouldn't have lost yesterday, might have had a reasonable but remember, Muskego might have more losses than Franklin, but they can just put the strength of schedule to taste.
2 is a good spot
yes.
though, right? If they get this one today. This one's going to be grounded over to the first baseman, Derek Bomback. Over to first. 2 back-to-back ground rule doubles from Dylan Hurling and Carter Frazier. Put the Sabres on top 4-3. We head to the top of the 5th inning right here on Zaleski Sports.
Want to save even more at Fleet Farm? Sign up for Fleet Rewards for exclusive offers and deals. Earn points every time you shop. 500 points gets you a $5 reward. It's free and easy to sign up, in-store or online. Plus, earn rewards even faster with the Fleet Rewards credit card. Get 4 times the points every time you use your Fleet Rewards credit card. Start shopping and start saving even more with Fleet Rewards at Fleet Farm.
Cobuson Bus is hiring. It's drivers that they need. Cobuson Bus is hiring. It's the perfect job for me.
Cobuson Buses would like to thank all of our school bus drivers throughout the state of Wisconsin for their safe driving. If you would like to make a difference in your community with a fun and rewarding part-time job, apply at cobuson.com.
Cobuson Bus is hiring. It's the perfect job for me.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, a new pitcher here for the Franklin Sabres. It'll be Dominic Bombien. So the day is over for Trey Schultz. Today's game is sponsored by Amplitel Technologies. Amplitel Technologies boosts IT and technology for businesses in Northeast Wisconsin and beyond. From help desk support to Wi-Fi and phone solutions, trust the experts at Amplitel. Visit ampliteltech.com for a free consultation. End of the day for the starting pitcher, Trey Schultz, pitching 4 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned run, 3 runs, plated across 4 walks and 3 Ks. And Bombien with the lead for Franklin now, looking to take over on the mound.
Yeah, crazy times. We're only a week or two away from playoffs. It's going to be interesting to see. Franklin, I know a lot of fans probably don't want to be bringing this up, but it's been a couple of underperforming years the last 2 years in the playoffs. It was back-to-back 1-seed loss in the regional final. Last year was to Greendale, the year before to South Milwaukee.
Leading off for the Hortonville Polar Bears, Isaac Banky, beg your pardon. Pinch hitter, I think. Ooh, almost hits him. On top of the order, Tenney. I had his number listed on my sheet wrong. He's number 1. Had him at number 8. This one popped up high in the air. Playable for Bennett Schuler and makes the play for out number 1.
A nice play, able to get him to pop up there.
Colton Jens up now. Designated hitter. Hit by pitch his first time up and grounded out into his double play the last time.
These are non-conference matchups you love.
This could be a potential state matchup too.
Yeah, state semifinal, you never know. You got Hortonville number 7 in the state, Franklin number 6. So 2 top 10 teams going at it who've really performed well throughout the year.
Both teams have to beat some hard opponents though to get there.
Oh man,
especially Hortonville.
Yeah, Kimberly and Bayport both in the top 10 too, and in Hortonville sectional. So
and Franklin would have to get past the reigning D1 state champions most likely in Muskego, a team they lost 7-6 the first time out.
Yeah, it was a really good game, and Franklin had the lead for 2 or 3 innings in that game too. So
this one going to be lined and caught right over to the third baseman, Carter Frazier, right on the money. A lot of those line outs Franklin stays ready for. So quickly, 2 outs gone by through 8 pitches. Now the first baseman, Brock Walter, coming up to bat now. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Walter is hit by a pitch right there on the shoulder, and Bombien's like, I wish I could get that pitch back.
Oh, absolutely. Every time you hit a batter, you say, man, I wish I could have that pitch back. Because sometimes you're trying to throw a nasty pitch, and you just let go of it wrong and just beating somebody back, legs, you never know. And you're not obviously trying to hit them on purpose. There's a 1% chance, and I'd say in high school, you're hitting somebody on purpose. That's how little you see it. Especially in a Hortonville-Franklin game. These 2 teams very rarely ever see each other. You wouldn't be hitting somebody on purpose on the other team.
This one popped up in the air to the back screen. Hortonville's left 5 guys on base today through 4 innings.
Franklin kind of sitting alone in that conference. Really got no rival no more. Oak Creek departed the Classic 8, but they will
be in 2 years.
They will be rivals again in 2 years. Greater Metro, they will meet up again.
One popped up in the air, and Bombien signals it, and they get through the inning after the hit by pitch. Pop out to the pitcher. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Franklin leads 4-3 right here on Zaleski Sports.
Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. Offering comprehensive solutions that include brand development, social media marketing, branded products, and digital marketing. The goal is to streamline every aspect of marketing while maximizing results. With a focus on clear, transparent communication and a driven team ready to hustle, Bear Performance Marketing is your partner for marketing that outperforms the competition. Learn more at bearpm.com.
The quality materials that was used when the house was built were below builder grade. I wanted to do something a little exciting, add a little bit of color, a little bit of texture. The Infinity team took time to get to know us. He wanted to know what we wanted. Once he saw my design, he says, well, let's make this happen. It's a big project. Just changed the whole look of the house, and it looks like a brand new home. The Infinity team treated us like we were their family. I would recommend Infinity to anybody.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, bottom of the 5th inning. Today's game is also sponsored by Jexie's Restaurant. Come with your friends and family to Jexie's Family Restaurant. They offer a cozy coffee house feel with that classic diner experience. With breakfast, lunch, and dinner options, you will never leave feeling hungry. Check out Jexie's on Crooks Avenue, Kaukauna, or search Jexie's on Facebook today. I'll have to check that out if we get to state baseball this year.
Yeah.
Jexie's Restaurant.
I remember I stayed at the hotel in Appleton with the Texas Roadhouse attached. That's that La Quinta.
It's interesting, right? Texas Roadhouse connected to a hotel.
Yeah, I was originally at the Howard Johnson. I'm like, you know what? I'm moving.
Dominic Walters leading off for the Sabres in the bottom of the 5th inning. Coach Yeager's still going to go with Isaac Benke, who's up to 76 pitches on the day now. Walter's a scorcher right off the bat, but fielded over by Brock Walter. Over to Bombeck for out number 1.
Yeah, that was a nice play over there. You know, it's hard to take a ball off the bounce when you got a lot of experience over there, like Walter.
That ball came out like a rifle too, right? Like he scorched that one off the bat. Now Dominic Bombien, the pitcher, now up to bat. Bombien, another scorcher off the bat over to Yeager. Fielding it over to his first baseman, Bombeck, for out number 2. 2 ground outs to start the inning. Now Tavin Nass, the catcher, coming up. That's why this one's starting to go a little bit faster now. Both these teams putting the ball in play too.
They said, let's go faster.
Franklin not in a rush to have any. Well, they still have, both these teams have to do their varsity reserve after this still.
Yeah, but you know, it's more about just getting reps, and it's not about, you know,
practice too, right?
You still want to win the game. Don't get me wrong.
As a student before, you were one of the managers for the team you were with, and you got to deal with that, right?
Yeah,
it was competitive, right?
Yeah, and one thing I noticed is usually the assistant coach coaches that game.
Yeah,
sometimes you don't do that.
Take the charge.
Yeah.
1-0 down the middle for a strike. Tavin Nass, a strikeout swinging and a ground out to the shortstop his second time out. One. Just hits the bottom corner side of the zone. Jamie Varela had a couple mistakes in the last few innings, but starting to dial it back in behind the plate now. Not letting too many balls get behind him. And that one just misses.
Oh, you know, the Hortonville crowd, you heard them roar. They thought that was strike 3 right there.
That one was pretty close.
Yeah.
2-2 now.
I think him standing up there to go get that ball is what ruined the frame.
2-2 pitch. Spikes in the dirt for a ball. So the count runs full on the Franklin catcher, Tavin Nass. Here's the delivery, a grounder over to Walter, and feels it over to Bombeck, beg your pardon. 4 out, number 3. 1-2-3, the Sabres go. We head to the top of the 6th inning. Right after this on Zaleski Sports.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
I think a lot of people choose a career in criminal justice because they want to help people and make a difference. At Fox Valley Technical College, it's much deeper than that. I feel a sense of purpose.
I'm training at a one-of-a-kind center, learning from instructors who care, who've done the job and know what it takes to be successful.
This is more than just a career. This is what I was meant to do.
I'm building a future I'm proud of at Fox Valley Tech.
We're back here for the top of the top of the sixth inning here on Zaleski Sports. Elijah Vanxalata alongside Matt Peck with you here in this non-conference Division I showdown between these two powerhouses. The 20-2 Franklin Sabres taking on the 18-4 Hortonville Polar Bears.
A lot of these teams flirt with 20 wins. Franklin got the 20-win mark, so it's you got some good programs on hand when you got right around 20 wins or over 20 wins.
So the Franklin still has Dominic Bombien pitching here. And for our highlight house player of the game, if Franklin wins, even both of these teams, it's hard to tell who would get it right now. We head to the top of the sixth inning. 7 combined runs, only 4 hits for both of these teams. Nass makes a throw over to second, and we're going to begin the top of the sixth inning where 6, 7, and 8 come up to bat for the wait a minute. Oh, I got it wrong. 5, 6, and 7 for Hortonville. I was looking at my wrong sheet. I was looking at Franklin's card.
You jumped ahead of it too fast.
Yep. Xavier Enriquez, Garrett Smith, and Dirk Bomback up this inning. First pitch is grounded over to Carter Frazier, fielding it over to Schuler for out number 1. How many of those have we seen in the last inning, the 5-3 ground out?
Everybody's jumping over that 5-3, that's for sure. And they seem to just be putting on the 5-3 end, but sooner or later, one of them's going to get it through for a hit.
Now it'll be Garrett Smith, the left fielder. Reached on an error and a ground out to second base. Oh, big swing and a miss at the breaking ball right there on the first one. Almost the end of the season, Matt Peck.
Oh, for sure.
One's taken outside for a ball. And one more week left of regular season play. We'll have at least 2 games next week, the plan.
Yeah, a lot of teams for regular season, next week will be like, I shouldn't say a week, that doesn't matter, but you got your seed already. Now for conference, different story. Franklin, they still need to win a little bit, but some of these teams finish up conference play, like Pewaukee. They had their seed and already won conference, and it's like, well, it's a varsity reserve game basically, but like the player told me last night, he said from Pewaukee, he said, we still want to win, which is a good mentality because you want to go in the playoffs on a high note.
I'd say this game matters a lot for both these teams today still because Franklin trying to basically secure that 2 seed most likely tonight.
Yeah, and that's a good point. I had to look at Hortonville's sectional to see where they would really be.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3 called, or swinging I should say, beg your pardon. Garrett Smith goes down swinging, and first 2 batters going down easily, and Bombien cruising through this outing so far. 1 2/3 in a strikeout. Getting a lot of grounders. Now, Dirk Bomback coming up to bat. Pops this one up in the air to the first base side. Schuler trying to get a beat on it. I can't see from here.
Yeah, I can't either. He didn't make the catch. I saw the ball
ricocheted off.
Yeah, so whoever wins this game today, they're going to walk in their seating meeting tomorrow or Monday. They're going to walk in there. Steve Robot's going to say, hey, I beat Hortonville yesterday. And then Greg Yeager will do the same thing if he wins and says, I beat Franklin yesterday.
And you got Jacob Page is going to be sitting there like, you know what? We beat everybody.
Well, but they'll say, well, you lost to Shorewood, you lost to Brookfield East.
That's true.
But if you say you lost to Hudson, which Hortonville played Hudson too and beat Hudson, and Muskego lost to them. So
this is why this is a big case for Franklin to get a win here today.
Yeah, so Hudson, here's the weird thing about Hudson. They seem like they travel every weekend. A couple weeks ago, they went to play Hortonville on a Friday night, and then they stayed overnight and played Kimberly on that Saturday. They lost both.
Swing and a miss. That breaking ball is really working on the chase rate right now for Bombien. Bombien versus Bombach right now.
Yeah, I can't tell you who a favorite is at state right now.
This one line fouled. I feel like early on it was Hudson.
Well, early on it was Muskego.
Muskego and Hudson.
Yeah, and then Hudson beat Muskego, then it's more Hudson, and now Hudson lost a couple games.
It's up in the air, I'll say that.
I still would favor Muskego a little bit because just the talent and being defending.
Swing and a miss, strike three, back-to-back swinging Ks. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll resume your talk on that when we come back after this on Zaleski Sports.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
I think a lot of people choose a career in criminal justice because they want to help people and make a difference. At Fox Valley Technical College, it's much deeper than that. I feel a sense of purpose.
I'm training at a one-of-a-kind center, learning from instructors who care, who've done the job and know what it takes to be successful.
This is more than just a career. This is what I was meant to do.
I'm building a future I'm proud of at Fox Valley Tech.
We resume play here in the bottom of the 6th inning, right here on Zaleski Sports. I'm Elijah Vangsalada alongside Matt Peck. Thanks to our game day sponsors, Fox Valley Tech, Travel Leaders Discovery, and Bear Performance Marketing.
Tank is in the pitch now for Hortonville.
New pitcher in is Tank. Carter Schwingle coming up to bat now. He said Tank.
Yep.
Matthew Tank on the mound for the Polar Bears.
He's got a good name.
Yes, sir. Same as the second baseman for Hortonville.
We got that game we can play today.
Yep.
Who has the better name, though, is the question.
Elijah Yeager. So Isaac Banky finishes the day 5 innings, 3 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, 4 walks, and 3 Ks. Not too bad of a day, keeping this a 1-run game.
You know to make this day even better?
What's up?
Like another Brewers win tonight.
Oh, yeah.
That baseball team down south.
Do want to beat the Dodgers in the playoffs too if we get there.
Oh, absolutely.
1-1 pitch is taken high. I mean,
I didn't finish my thoughts.
Yeah,
some people in this area may not agree with me on, but hopefully that baseball team down south that wears blue loses again today. It's been fun watching. It's been fun watching them lose.
Me and you were just down in Wrigley a couple days ago, Tuesday night, to watch 5-2 win for the Brewers.
That was exciting. You know, that game was nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
I mean, they had Michael Conforto. They set them up with bases loaded with 2 outs in the 8th. I'm looking at you like, I hope they don't hit a grand slam here. And then he grounded out the second.
2-2 pitch. Just taken a little bit high at the top of the zone for a ball. Yeah, I think if you're Franklin here, you want to get some insurance.
Oh, for sure.
1-run lead against this tough Hortonville team might not cut it on a day like this. Foul to the back screen.
And if you've been following Zaleski Sports in the Milwaukee area, it's been close games. It's been extra innings the last 2 days. So it's 4-3 right now. You're Elijah knocks on the wood.
Hortonville has a couple more at-bats to do so. This one popped up high in the air to center field. Running in on it is Tenney, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Sam Ortiz coming up to bat now. It'll be Elijah Yeager, Isaac Banky, and Jack Tenney due up for the Hortonville Polar Bears in the 7th inning.
Steve Drobot must watch the Brewers. He's got Ortiz playing shortstop and wearing number 3.
0-1 on a quick swing from Sam Ortiz. Delivery from Tank fouls this one off to the back screen. Catcher Varela tried to get that off of the ricochet, even though that wouldn't count for an out if he caught that off of the bounce. In Banana Ball, maybe. Savannah Banana.
Yeah, Savannah Bananas group is at Miller Park 2 weeks from this weekend, I think.
It won't be the actual Bananas
team. It'll be the
playing,
firefighters, whatever you call them. But the actual Bananas are at Wrigley in July, I think.
I'm surprised that the Bananas actually came to Franklin Field about a year or two ago, right? 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Called strike 3 on Sam Ortiz.
They would never have them there now.
Yeah, backwards K.
That field.
They were still pretty popular during that, though, too.
Yeah.
So I was still even surprised then.
I think what was going on then is they weren't able to get as many big league stadiums then. So they were going to minor league stadiums, and then once these these older teams like these football stadiums said, hey, this organization is pretty big, we should have them at our stadium, and then you see them at the NFL stadiums. Obviously, American Family Field, they'll be there. So the organization's making their second trip to Milwaukee in a couple weeks.
Signaling bunt, showing or pulling it back now. Dylan Hurling had one of the RBIs. Or had a double early on. Ground rule double. His last time out. Bottom of the order has definitely been producing all the thump today for the Sabres. With Hurling and Frazier.
Which team was
pair
that?
Of RBIs.
Was that Muskego we did a couple? No, it wasn't Muskego a couple weeks ago, but there's a team that we did where all the runs came via the bottom of the order. Oh, it's Kenosha Tremper.
Yeah.
Against Indian Trail. All the runs were mainly coming from the bottom of the order.
And Hurling lines this one over to right field. Coming in on it, sliding, making the catch is Xavier Enriquez. 1-2-3, the Sabres go. We head to the ninth inning. Last chance for the Hortonville Polar Bears right after this on Zaleski Sports.
We're back with better halves. Jane is looking for a better health plan. Jane?
I need someone who'll make time for me. So, how would you two get to know me?
You want time? I'll keep you on hold all night long.
He sounds gross.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I won't treat you like a number. I've got award-winning service and coverage made just for you.
Now that's better. Next up, networks.
Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. Offering comprehensive solutions that include brand development, social media marketing, branded products, and digital marketing. The goal is to streamline every aspect of marketing while maximizing results. With a focus on clear, transparent communication and a driven team ready to hustle, Bear Performance Marketing is your partner for marketing that outperforms the competition. Learn more at bearpm.com.
Back here in the final frame of baseball in the top of the seventh inning. Dominic Bombien staying on the mound. We're glad you guys could be with us all morning long in the last 3 days, right?
Yeah.
Elijah Vankstalot alongside Matt Peck. Coming up next is the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your fresh cheese curds, Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield or Curtis at nasonvilledairy.com. First pitch taken in for a strike. Bottom of the order right now for 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Hortonville Polar Bears. Starting off with Elijah Yeager.
If you're Hortonville, you're trying to get Elijah Yeager on to lead off this inning because
he did walk his last time up.
Getting this leadoff hitter on is a huge part of a successful inning.
0-2 to Yeager. Fouls it one back.
The last couple days, these seventh innings have been really interesting where teams have either given up a lead or barely hung on to keep the lead.
Franklin looking to bounce back after a 6-5 loss against Indian Trail yesterday in a big way. That one's a called strike 3 on the right corner. Dominic Bombien. Strikeout number 3 for him.
Isaac Banky remained in the game too. He was a starting pitcher today for Hortonville.
Moved on over there. Bryce Hertel at second base.
Either coach, if they win today, they're going to have a lot to talk about. If Hortonville somehow comes back and wins this game, they're going to have a lot to talk about how they came back and beat a really good Franklin team.
Almost taken in for a strike, 1-1 on Benke.
Steve Drobot, same thing. Hey, we came back and beat a really good Hortonville team if they hang on here for 2 more outs.
It's going to be an interesting meeting tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just misses on the left side corner.
Those are probably fun to watch. I wish they were live streamed.
Sure, a lot
Each
of
coach give their case about what.
Sure, a lot of coaches are going to say defend it too, right?
And that Hortonville sectional with Kimberly is going to be, that'll be a fun one to watch. Hey, Bayport's going to come up there and give their reasoning. They play in the FRCC. Then Kimberly's going to walk up and say, hey, we got this seed for this reason.
3-1 on Banky. Takes out, hits the left corner for a strike. It's close.
Yeah, Banky thought he walked there. He started heading towards first base. Took that motion.
The 3-2 to Isaac Banky. He's popped up and doubled. That one misses outside, and now with one out, the tying run is on board with the go-ahead at the plate in the top of the order with Jack Tenney.
And a couple weeks ago, we had Franklin versus Kaukauna on at the Milkman Stadium, and it involved Franklin just hanging on. They got that extra insurance run, though, in the 6th. Today, they did not.
It's taken in there for a strike. That one also taken in for strike. So back-to-back pitches in the zone for Tenney. Or for Bombien on the mound. Takes a peek over at first. And grounds this one over. This could be 2. Over to Ortiz. Flips it over to first. Schuler, the Sabres win. 6-3 double play to finish the game in the Franklin Sabres. 20-1 and a good bounce back after the loss to Indian Trail yesterday. I will go down to the field and speak with the Franklin coach, Steve Drobot, and our Zaleski Sport Highlight House player of the game, TBD, after this on Zaleski Sports.
Cobuson Bus is hiring. It's drivers that they need. Cobuson Bus is hiring. It's the perfect job for me.
Cobuson Buses would like to thank all of our school bus drivers throughout the state of Wisconsin for their safe driving. If you would like to make a difference in your community with a fun and rewarding part-time job, apply at cobuson.com.
Cobuson Bus is hiring. It's the perfect job for me.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Keflatiri, Kefla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
You can. Thank you.
Back here for the Nasonville Dairy post-game show here. We're joined right now with the Franklin Sabres. We'll start with Coach Drobot here. You know, you guys fell last night to Indian Trail, but talk about the way your team bounced back today against a really good Hortonville team from a really tough Fox Valley team with great teams.
Yeah, all the credit to Hortonville. I mean, they're one of the better teams in the state, and we know that. We saw them up there in 2023, and they got us in a tight one. And it was just nice to get a little comeback victory today. You know, we fell behind early, but we never hung our heads, and that's what I'm most proud about with our team. We never thought we were out of it. Our pitcher Trey Schultz, you know, struggled the first inning, and what I'm really proud of is after that he really pitched a gem. And then Dominic Bombian coming in and shutting it down. When you have really good defense, you put yourself in a position to win. The big play obviously was the relay and getting the guy at home in a one-run game. You got to have the big play to beat a good team like Hortonville, and it was awesome that we could put a relay like that together and get it at home.
And also talk about how big of a win this is for you guys too. I know the seed meetings are coming soon for you guys. You know, you got a tough sectional with Muskego and a couple of those other teams. Talk about how big of a win this was specifically today to try to get the team moving in the right direction right before the playoffs.
Yeah, you want positive momentum going into the playoffs. We'll have our seeding meeting Sunday, and we'll find out how the chips fall with that. You know, like you just stated, there's Muskego in there, but there's a lot of good teams in that sectional. I think there's about 8 to 10 teams that I wouldn't be surprised that make it to the sectional. In that, when you've got some of the best from the SEC, the Classic 8, Southern Lakes, and some Woodland teams in there, like you're putting together a really good compilation of a lot of good teams that we're going to be ready for. And so when you can pull out a win like this, that gives you some positive momentum that hopefully you can carry on into the playoffs.
Thank you for your time, Coach.
Thank you.
We're joined right now by our Zaleski Sports Highlight House per the game. The two pitchers, we'll start off with Trey first. Trey, you kind of went through some issues in that first inning with the walks, but what was kind of like the message from the team to kind of get you going on the mound and settle in the rest of your outing?
Yeah, after the first inning, it was a rough first inning, but then I kind of realized, my team, I got good defense there, so I kind of just started pumping the zone, and then my defense was there to, support me throughout the game. And then, I just kind of felt like the spot, and I dialed in, and then my defense was there.
And then for you, Dominic, coming in, it was only a one-run game. You know how good this team is. This team beat Hudson, one of the best in the state with some great prospects. What was kind of like the outlook for you coming into this game with the last 2 innings there?
Just like Trey, I know I have good defense, so if I pound the zone, then our defense will make plays because if we get strikes win ball games.
All right, we're going to put you guys in the house. Now, you guys know what to do or no?
What?
You're going to say your name first, and then you're going to say your name, and then you're going to say we're in the house.
All right, I'm Trey Schultz.
I'm Dominic Bombian.
And we're in the house.
All right. Congrats, guys.
Thank you.
That'll do it for us here at Zaleski Sports. That'll be the end of it here. 4-3, Franklin with a big win against the Hortonville almost said Panthers, Polar Bears. So that'll do it for us here at Zaleski Sports Milwaukee. 3 straight days of games, and all 3 straight games are thrillers. We'll come back with you guys here sometime next week soon and come out with the schedule. Stay tuned, folks. Alongside Matt Peck, I'm Elijah Vanxalata signing off.